Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jane and welcome to another chit chat video. And make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed yet and you've been returning to watch my videos, why now? Why are you doing your girl like this? Please just subscribe and make sure to thumbs up this video at the end of it if you actually enjoyed it. And don't forget to share my videos, tag me on your Insta stories and all of that stuff. Today's video is going to be about love languages, so we are going to gisting and talking about love languages. Also tell me what you think about this whole love language craze that is going on or was going on a few years back, and I feel like till now people don't still understand what love languages are. The other day I was talking to a friend about love languages and she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Some people still don't know about this whole love language craze. A while back I was talking to a guy and he asked me, oh, what's your love language? And I said sense of humor, and he was like, no, that's not a love language. Like, he felt very offensive that I didn't know what it was, and I was like, oh, what is it? And then he enlightened me about it. So I went ahead, did my research, studied about it, and I was like, oh, this kind of makes sense to me. So now I have decided to share with you guys some of the things that I have learned about love languages, and it's something that I've actually implemented. Love language is basically just how you receive love and give love. So that's just a very short form of how I'm going to explain what it is to you guys. The question is, how do we receive love? How we receive love is very simple. It's either words of affirmation, which is the first one. The second one could be physical touch. Thirdly could be gifts. Fourthly could be acts of service. Last one could be quality time. Okay, you might be the type of person that loves someone to always appreciate you and reassure you that they are there for you, and you know, just always telling you, I love you babe, I appreciate you babe, you're so beautiful, you're the sweetest person I know, I'll always be here for you, don't worry, we'll go through this together. Then you should know that your love language is words of affirmation. So if you're the type of person that you love to receive gifts, you want people to always gift you stuff, then you know that receiving gifts or giving out gifts can be your love language. Also, if you're the type of person that you love your boo spanking you while you're in the kitchen cabinet and stuff like that, and always, you know, just basically touching you all the time, maybe a very clingy guy, then you know that you love physical touch. And if you like quality time, going to the movies, spending time together, going on spa dates together, traveling together, having good conversations together, then you know that quality time is your love language. And if you're the type of person that you want your partner to always massage you, do stuff for you, cook for you, clean for you, arrange for you, whatever it is that you can think of you want him to do for you, then you know that your love language is acts of service. The best way to love is actually to let God teach you how to love, whereby you have family, you have friends, you have relatives, you have colleagues, you have classmates. So giving love and receiving love is not all about you and your spouse. It's all about you and the people around you, you and people that matter to you, even to strangers, even to beggars on the streets. So it's not just about yourself. It's not about just you and your boyfriend, you and your girlfriend. It's about you and everyone that matters to you and the world at large. You cannot give what you don't have. That's the truth. Okay, so if you're going to give someone love, obviously you expect to receive love as well. How to know your love language? First thing I would say is observe the person. Observe the people around you, know what they really like. I would say, giving an instance of a spouse, your spouse is the kind of person who loves to receive gifts, who whenever you give her gifts or gives him gifts, he's always so excited, he's always happy. That is one way to know that receiving gifts is actually one of his love language, or might be his top love languages. And you might also realize that, oh, he gives you gift but you're not excited, it doesn't really freak you out, surprises don't really freak you out, then you know that that is not your love language. You would appreciate it, but not as much as when you appreciate your top love language, which could be words of affirmation or acts of service, if you get what I mean. What do you complain about the most is also something that should be relevant. Let's assume that you're always complaining when he touches you, when he's trying to just joke around with you in the house by touching your boobs, your ass and stuff like that, and you're not having it, you don't find it comfortable, or you're always telling him, babe, stop that, I'm not happy about it. The physical touch is not really what you would call your top love language. Your top love language can be, words of affirmation. You just want him to tell you how sweet you are, how beautiful you are every day, every morning, and that is it, and you're fine. So you need to observe these things and know what you complain about the most, what he complains about the most, what your family, your friends, your mother, everyone around you complains about the most. You would be able to know that that is not their love language or not their top love languages. Another way to know your love language is what you request the most from people around you, your spouse, like I said, or what you request the most from family. Now, if you're the type of person that you're always saying, oh, please come and massage my leg, oh, please come and do this for me, oh, please do this for me, then you know that act of service is actually your love language. If you're the type of person that you're always saying, why didn't you buy me this, why didn't you give me this, then you know that receiving gifts is actually your love language. And if that also goes for the other party as well, so you have to really observe all of these things and know what people complain about the most and what they always request from you the most. Knowing your spouse love language or the people around you is very necessary, and when you feel you do not know, please don't hesitate to ask. Do not hesitate to ask. Now, this can also be a little bit confusing because you might say, oh, babe, what's your love language? And he tells you receiving gifts, but every time he's telling you, babe, cook for me, babe, please help me do this, babe, help me do that, babe, please press my back, babe, all of those things, then you know that act of service is his love language. Okay, now he might tell you receiving gifts is his love language and not really think of act of service like that, but you would realize that when you do all of these things for him, he's always very happy. He's always like, ah, baby, you did this today, baby, you did that today. Then you know that act of service is actually his love language, because he's always excited that, okay, babe, you actually cooked for me today, you did this for me today, you went shopping for me today, stuff like that. You were able to help me around the house or help me do stuff in the office. That means act of service is actually his love language, is his top love language, and then receiving gifts might be next after that. So people do have top love languages, so don't feel like, oh, what's going on, you said receiving gifts is your love language, but anytime I cook for you, you're very excited, anytime I will do your laundry, you're very excited. So that's to tell you that acts of service is his top love language, but receiving gifts can be his second or third love language or words of affirmation. So you have to actually know and observe these things. And when you feel like he's very confusing, he likes a bit of everything, please do have a conversation and ask him which one is actually your love language. Rank it, let me see. Do not blame your partners for their love languages, because most people from the background where they come from, they don't receive enough love, or they didn't receive enough love. So most of them don't even know how to give love because they were not trained to receive as much love as you received while growing up. So background actually goes a long way for this kind of thing. Let's assume that you are with somebody who is always, busy, and it feels like money solves all problems. Please go check his background. You realize that maybe that was what he grew up knowing, and you need to now start teaching him what you want him to do for you, things that excite you. You need to gradually teach him, because he is not used to it. He doesn't know how to give love. He wasn't taught how to give love. He didn't experience receiving love, so he cannot give you what he doesn't have. That's just the truth. That doesn't mean he doesn't love you. He loves you, he cares about you, but going this extra mile for things might not really be his thing because of his background or her background. Your love languages can actually change over time. So let's assume that you're the kind of person that your top love language is receiving gifts, and as time goes on, you can afford anything in this life that you want, and if someone gives you gifts, you're like, okay, thank you. Or if the person goes out of their way to book you like a vacation, right, that you didn't expect, just because you're stressed, he or she knows that you're stressed and they book you a vacation, you're going to appreciate it so much, because you're going to be like, how did you know that I needed this? How did you know that I needed a vacation? How did you know that I needed a spa date? How? Because quality time, you're going to be so excited, you're going to be happy, you would appreciate it more than when someone had gifted you a gift, bought you a shoe or a bag or something. You would actually appreciate it more because that was all that you needed at that point in time, and that is something that you wouldn't even randomly think and say, oh, I want to go on vacation. Every day you're in your house scrolling through shopping apps and buying stuff for yourself, so receiving gifts won't really be a thing for you. So if your partner's love languages change, you also have to keep relearning them. Another thing is, if you have been deprived so much of a particular love language, when you realize that, oh, all this while, all through my life, nobody really tells me I'm a sweet person, nobody really tells me how beautiful I am, nobody really tells me these things, all of a sudden you start to want those things from these people around you. You want them to always give you those words of affirmation all the time, because it would gradually just become your top love language, because it's not something that you've really experienced. It's going to be so new to you, and you're going to really love that people tell you these things. Do not focus on your top love languages, because you might end up neglecting other love languages that you have little percentage for. Let's assume that you love, the whole quality time, and your partner is not giving you quality time all the time, but he tries as much as possible to make it up with gifts, because that's his own way of giving love, and he tries to make it up with physical touch, and you're not having it. You're like, but babe, I love quality time, I don't love physical touch, I don't love gifts as much as I love quality time. Don't be hard on him. He is trying his best to do what he can do. So all you need to do is just talk to him and tell him, but babe, I love quality time. Can we do more of quality time than this? Just have a dialogue. You guys talk about it, even to your friends, to your family, to everyone that you feel like matter to you. Talk about it, so that you don't end up doing things that people don't appreciate. That it takes two people to give and receive love. So if the other person is not reciprocating, hold up, don't be too hard. All you need to do is keep doing it, keep doing what you want that person to be doing to you, so that person will be like, oh, this girl is always doing this thing for me, she's always doing this thing for me. That way they gradually start to adapt those characters as well. But there are some people that you do this thing tire, they not go adapt. I agree, they will not learn, they will not reciprocate, and that is fine. Don't be too hard on yourself. When you feel like, oh, the person is not reciprocating, go ahead and talk to them about it, because at this point you'll be like, oh, but the other day I did this for you, the last time I did this for you, this time I did this for you. Don't you observe? Talk to them about it. Most people might not observe this thing based on background, like I said, and don't force it, because some people come from broken homes where they didn't receive a lot of love, while some people come from homes where their parents were together and they receive so much love. Imagine you as a young girl, you come back from school and your dad gives you ice cream, he gives you meat pie, he gives you everything, snacks when you come back from school, and you are already used to that way of receiving love, where that you always get these things from your dad or certain things from your mom, but your partner didn't experience those things, and he might not know that he needs to keep up with those things, that those are your love languages. He might not know. With that being said, I know beloved doctor, okay, I just wanted to share these things with you guys, and let me know what you guys think as well. Let me know in the comment section. I would like to know what you think. And yes, I'll see you guys in my next one. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like and leave a comment, and I'm also going to leave a love language quiz in the description, so do take the quiz just so you can, you know, analyze your love language and know that of your partner as well. All right guys, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, catch ya.